Welcome to the Intercourse Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very interesting show for you. Cam Newton got canceled. Did you know that? Well, just came across my feed. I'm not sure why he got canceled, but it has something to do with, I guess, some statements he made about not being able to have platonic friends. And there were two modern women on his show that kind of blew things out of proportion, and it got around, and unfortunately it resulted in him losing that show. That's him losing a bag, simply because he took a position that he can't really have platonic friends. Now, I interpret it differently, but let's say his sponsors and the shows did not interpret it the way I interpreted it. So it resulted in him losing that show. Well, that said, let's go ahead and jump into the show. Let's learn what happened.
Cam Newton was recently just canceled. So after saying he cannot have platonic relationships with women.
You have any platonic relationships in your life right now?
With a woman?
Yeah.
No. When I say platonic, we have no business to be had together.
But I say this to say, if you can't have a normal, hey, what's up, Ken? How you been? Just checking on you. You good? Because you don't look at them like human beings that are not sexual.
No, you're trying to shift the narrative.
Yeah. Cam Newton was recently just canceled. All right. Seems as though he's in a bit of hot water due to recent podcast conversation, which can be described by these news outlets that are alleging this as sexist. So, guys, I want to go through an article that I found talking about this, as well as get into the actual conversation that it's being alleged that led to the cancellation. Now, the show was up on BET for like 8 episodes, referred to as 106 in Sports, a play off of that iconic show 106 in Part. Nevertheless, let's take a look at one of these articles. Cam Newton literally gets canceled after saying he cannot have platonic relationships with women. All right. Usually when someone brings up cancel culture, it's a euphemism for minor consequences. However, for Cam Newton, he actually went and got himself canceled. BET just announced 106 in Sports is canceled after 8 episodes, but Cam Newton has nobody to blame but himself for getting canceled. Cancellation of the show is just days after he stated on the podcast that he's incapable of having platonic friendships with women. Quote, "I'm not about to be around no woman platonically," Newton said, "because I'm not about to play them games and maybe self-control if she fine. I'm not about to have her around playing that I don't think that she's attractive. I don't have good-looking women around that's friends." Now, his co-host, Ashley Nicole Moss, didn't seem too happy with that viewpoint. And there goes a picture of him with the almost naked co-host. So this is where the initial conversation happened. Let's listen.
You have any platonic relationships in your life right now?
With a woman?
Yeah.
No.
Is that by choice?
I'm not about to be around no woman platonically. Listen.
We gotta unpack this, Cam. Why?
Because I'm not about to play them type of games.
Is it self-control?
Call it what you want.
I'm asking.
Call it, it may be self-control.
I'm asking.
If she fine, I'm not about to have her around playing like I don't think that she's attractive.
Is it possible to think someone's attractive and still behave yourself?
Yes.
Do you have control of them thoughts?
Yes. But I'm not about to play them games.
What game is it?
The game of saying, hey, we not about to be friends. I don't have good-looking women that's friends around me.
So
no.
Just all the. Do you have any ugly ones? I gotta ask.
I don't even have women friends, bro. Respectfully.
Why?
I don't.
And I understand you saying you're not finna play this game, but Cam, you're a smart man. I'm gonna need you to go deeper than that.
He did.
Yeah, we're gonna.
It's a.
I know me.
There's. You know you. Okay.
I know me.
He's being truthful here.
That means if I'm around a woman long enough, I'm going to find something good in her that attracts me.
Okay. And when you're attractive, what then happens? When you're attractive, what then happens?
Sex. Drag D's. Let's go into our questions. All right, I just went viral for saying I don't have platonic friends that are women.
Yes, I saw that.
Platonic.
Is there a reason that we're saying platonic? Just out of curiosity.
What's wrong with platonic?
Because I thought it was platonic. Am I wrong or right?
You say tomatoes or tomatoes?
Eclectic.
You say
That's what
pecan
or
you say
eclectic.
pecan? Yeah, like we over here acting like we all graduated from college
We did.
with doctors and
Well, we
masters
did.
and PhDs.
I'm just
Philosophy.
kidding. But I was asking if there was a joke that I'm missing out on.
No, it's platonic.
Okay, go ahead.
What would you like me to say it? How would you like it?
Just say what you want to say.
Platonic.
Play with it.
So with your man,
Mm-hmm.
can he have platonic relationships with other women?
Absolutely.
Okay, how are you identifying platonic?
They have never played with that coochie.
I thought you was gonna say with that tonic.
You know, they don't do that. You know, but yeah, I don't, because I have platonic male friends, and it's never been like I have a platonic friend that I met when I was 15, my best friend, and
He's straight.
He's straight, and he's now my brother-in-law. Never hit on me, always protected me, never was like that. Him and my sister have been together for years. I have a lot of.
That's a different dynamic.
It's not. He was my brother before he even knew my sister.
Yeah, that's a different dynamic.
It's not though, because I knew him like years before him and my sister got together.
Okay, platonic to me is, first off, a working relationship. If I work alongside, as you've seen beautiful women,
Very
here,
beautiful women.
Yeah.
Black women, might I add.
Correct.
Black queen.
that I work alongside with, that's not platonic. That's a working relationship.
Okay.
So when I say platonic, we have no business to be had together. It's just, yo, I seen you at the gym. Yo, what's up? You good? You straight? I'm just checking in on you. Like that. I don't have those.
Oh, yeah, I have those.
Yeah. Like, but to me, can I be honest?
Please.
When men say that they can't have platonic relationships with women, that makes me feel like you don't look at women as human beings.
Oh,
Why would you say that?
Jesus.
My producer
Be-
is a woman.
Business relationship.
Because you said that's a business relationship, because they are working for you. They're showing up for you because they're getting paid. No shade. But I say this to say, if you can't have a normal, hey, what's up, Ken? How you been? Just checking on you. You good? Because you don't look at them like human beings that are not sexual.
No, you're trying to shift the narrative.
yeah. Leave it to an emotional and irrational woman to try to shift the narrative or to escalate a simple boundary that a man has created because he's created it based off of his lack of eggplant discipline. A platonic relationship is a relationship that is anything but sexual. So you can have a loving platonic relationship with someone else from the opposite sex as long as it doesn't involve any sexual contact. Heterosexual men have platonic relationships with other heterosexual men. Hey, I love you, bro. Keep your head up. Keep doing well, man. Man, I love to see you win. This is platonic relationship. What Cam is saying is if that was a chick that was saying that, he'd have a hard time, for lack of a better term, not getting hard and stab relentlessly, which will probably then produce yet another child. But instead, this woman tries to make him out to be an evil person. It's funny how these man haters tend to do that. Let's go.
That's not who Cam is. It's either I'm with, I'm working, or I'm home. That's my life. So platonic female relationships, I don't have. Platonic men relationships, I don't have. I just don't.
Okay, well,
So with
that's
women-
understandable if you're saying you don't have friends, period. It doesn't have to be a gender thing. But when it came with the clip I saw,
For sure.
it came off like, oh, I don't have female friends because you can't
But does it-
control
but does it-
yourself.
But
It
does
was
it-
giving lack of control. Like that. So I would rather just
That
not
little-
have
you-
women
Yeah.
friends because I know I might cross that line of
Sure.
friendship.
Well, even if it was, though, is that a problem?
Is that
Because
It's
just
no.
because,
Why
is it
because
so
also
horny?
too, just,
Yes, it's a
well,
problem.
also just because you want to cross that line, that don't necessarily mean she do.
That's
So
why-
y'all can still be friends.
That's cool. But listen,
Or now is it a rejection thing?
it's not a rejection thing. It's a understanding. What happened to understanding, like, yo, if a person is fighting an addiction
Okay.
and hey, you're going through these AA meetings or you're going through the steps to become a better version of yourself.
Mhm.
Why would you position your everyday walk of life passing what you're trying to get over?
Yeah.
So you said-
why are you gonna rock a crackhead through a crack house, right? Like that when they trying to get over crack, right? That's not a good thing. We've gone over in multiple podcasts, specifically the one that I can think of is with Mr. Jason Wilson, and we talked about his inability to self-regulate, to self-control, right? And he referenced it as being, well, you've never been in my shoes, Jason Wilson, right? To say you've not been a 6'6" athlete, so you don't get all of the looks is what I do. And we all acknowledge that it is a cop-out, but it seems like he's making a forward-thinking decision to stay away from those types of relationships to lower the risks within his life. The only type of women that will not understand the logic of that are those that are situated within a negative light of men, right? They don't really like men, and they can only accumulate their movements or their actions to being an evil or a negative focus. The man's already in a relationship, well documented his lack of self-control. Any being that can rub two sticks together can figure this equation out. I don't understand why this is so damn difficult.
I mean, you so addicted to them yams that you can't have a friend.
It has nothing to do with yams or friends.
But
It
that's
has
the
everything
point you
to
were
do
making.
with I know me.
So you don't have control. You lack self-control.
However you want to. What about
He's not disagreeing.
saying, hey, I respect you for knowing yourself
Right.
enough to not cross that line in any type of relationship.
But why can't you not cross it? Like,
I'm cordial.
okay.
Like you. This is.
But that's why I said you don't look at attractive women beyond being something that you can.
I just don't cross.
This
that
is
line.
so crazy.
I'm
Yo,
cordial. It's not that I don't make eye contact. It's not that I
Right.
don't communicate. It's not that I don't try to be of service to them in any capacity. It's just a line that I'm not just willing to. I say this just, and this goes back to me being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I rarely give my number out. I talk to a lot of people on Instagram,
Okay.
Mhm.
right?
And they can decipher them letters.
Yeah, they do.
Ooh.
And it's one of those things like I
What?
protect my peace.
All right.
As an individual that knows that, and for somebody that may hear this and say, oh, sir, I knew he was, that's cool. That don't move me.
Okay.
What moved me is a person that realizes like, yo, he been communicating with me on Instagram for real. Like, dang, like, yeah, because my peace is more important than anything else to me, because when I have to show up for individuals, whether I'm working alongside them, whether I'm trying to be there as a family member, or just making a solid business decision, I want to have pristine focus on that. And I don't want no distractions. So if I'm at that particular point where I'm saying to myself, hey, I don't want nothing to sway me away from that. So male or female, we ain't platonically.
Anything.
No.
Okay. I can understand it. Like I said, if it's from humans, you don't fuck with humans, people. That's what I'm saying. But in the clip, it seemed like it was women only. But now that you put it that
Yeah,
way,
it did.
I understand.
Don't get no.
There's something under that hat.
But what was your question? Because you was
to me, it's odd to say that you prioritize your peace. Meanwhile, you have a podcast where you let people come in to judge you. And this is actually one of the many reasons why I don't do that podcast shit. I like my commentary shit right over here. I can control myself, my schedule, my work around me. But nevertheless, it's almost like the young man can't win. He's getting judged for cheating on women, and then he's also getting judged for not wanting to have those same women as friends. You can't win. And I guess to a degree, that's part of the job. He signed up for it, right, to have his life judged because he has his relationships out there. But then also what's interesting is that they will judge him, right, and negatively position him based off of his interactions with women. Meanwhile, women like this never talk to women that follow and or listen to them about practicing closing their goddamn legs. It's just only up to the man to be judged on his degree of discipline. Meanwhile, women grant access to the box. Let's go.
I'm
That's
sorry.
a question.
I was just asking, in her relationship, could a woman have a platonic relationship with your boyfriend?
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think so too.
You mind your relationship, I'ma mind mine.
Especially if they were friends before.
Yeah.
Like, but
No,
that's
no,
my
no.
thing.
What if they not though?
Like y'all all of a sudden becoming friends
That's
after
what I'm
we
saying.
married? I don't know about it. But if she was already in
So
his
this is
life,
like-
I would.
like-
be
And I
cool
ain't gonna
with
lie,
that.
it depends on the friend.
Like, come on, like,
Hey,
stop doing
Drag
that.
Nicole,
Come on,
trying to come be my husband, friend. What you want, big booty, bitch?
bro.
But the funny thing is, to be honest, people, I don't be wanting nobody man, so you wouldn't have to worry
That was
about
funny.
it.
I'm just
it ain't
saying for
about that.
example.
It ain't about that. But no,
But I'm
see,
kidding.
this what be happening.
Oh, okay.
See, when Cam sit up here and say certain things,
Yeah, they
then
judge
y'all
him
be like,
differently.
nah, you wrong. But then all of a sudden, when you say, well, they friends, it's too many parameters that's being kind of shoved in after the fire done got started. What does it matter? If you're going to have a platonic friend, whether he knew him or knew her before you or after you, it's a platonic friend. Are you allowing your man to have a platonic friend?
No,
yes or no?
No, I feel like it's a layered question. And
No,
that's
it's
why
not. It's simple. It's a
you
question.
have to provide more context. No, it's
The
not.
context is, are you allowing your man to have a platonic relationship with another woman?
Yes, if he knew her before me.
And that's it.
And that's it. If he met her after, no, because I don't know the history of the relationship. The history is what makes me feel comfortable. So if you were friends with this person before me and y'all never had no type of romantic relationship or anything, I'm cool with that. But somebody new coming into the picture, bitch, I don't know what your intentions are.
Thank you.
I'm not.
I don't know what the intent is, and that's what the issue is for me. With somebody who's been there, I know the intent.
I think, like, hypothetically, I would say, like, yes, I am okay with it, but also it depends on who you're dating. Like we said, hypothetically, say me and you we were married.
Correct.
A woman trying to come be Cam Newton friend, you want that spur. I know what you want. I know what you came for.
Nuts.
Or that money.
Because you know you like to give it
A
out.
little swimmer.
And she want a little bit.
This nigga just giving it out. What the hell?
That's all I'm saying.
What happened right here, you know, it's not complicated, right? He stated his boundaries multiple times. It's not a law. It's not a commandment for every single type of man, right? We're all different, you know, having some men that don't want to have any discipline. Now they enter in the consequences within their life because of that. And then oftentimes those type of men are the ones that make it to a certain level in life. And then they whole life comes crashing down due to an allegation, or whether it be false or, you know, true. And then you got other types of men that would never cheat, right? Or do anything with a plutonic female friend, right? And they, you know, then have the benefits of, you know, potentially women within their circle or, you know, their friend group that they can then leverage for other benefits within their life as well. But the fact is that he understands his nature. He understands that he don't have that control. So he doesn't want that risk. It doesn't make him an evil person to not want that. But it makes sense because, you know, people like that, they consider boundaries to be insulting. They don't accept standards, right? Standards are and laws are just, and rules is just meant to be broken, right? And if someone attacks the boundaries or the standards with logic, what you find is that the hamster wheel within the brain begins to scramble and run as fast as it can to power on large enough in order to make it through the thought. But it looks like Cam turned the logic back up on them, and then they were able to finally catch up to the conversation.
In this case, I didn't like how his female guest in the second segment kind of took what he was saying completely out of context and made it seem like, well, you don't see women as human beings. Like, what a crazy, you know, statement to make about a person. The man didn't say anything along those lines. He simply said, I know me as a man, and if there's a beautiful woman around me, I will eventually find things that I like about her, which will eventually turn into an attraction, which will eventually turn into potentially us crossing the line. Now, Cam is like 6'5", NFL player, possibly, potentially, maybe Hall of Famer someday if he gets voted in. I don't know. But he played at a very high level. He's won championships in college. He's, he's won at the high levels in the NFL. So this guy is tall. He's apparently an athletic build type of guy, and women find him attractive. So naturally, he's getting a lot of attention from women. And if he says to himself, I'm going to put a filter and not give myself the excuse to have female friends, plutonic friends, that I know will ultimately turn into a platonic friend because I'll end up playing with them. He's being scrutinized and losing shows and losing financial opportunities because he made that boundary. And I think that lady was wrong for saying, oh, you don't see women as humans. How does a man saying, I don't want to tempt myself with beautiful women that call themselves my plutonic friends, which I ultimately know by his history as a professional athlete, will always turn into him and that woman having intercourse. I don't want to do that. So I stick away from it. As a standard for myself, I don't even do it. And now the women are trying to make it seem like, no, you can't have a platonic friend, da, da, da. So it's really points out a double standard that a lot of times these women have. It's like you're harking on him because he said, oh, no, I don't do platonic female friendships with my female friends. And now all of a sudden, you know, but if he was your man, then he couldn't have a platonic female friend. Double standard. But, you know, in this life, that's how it goes. So I don't necessarily agree with the move. This seems like there's a little play on the cancel culture. I definitely don't want that. So that being said, I hope he hopefully works it all out, clears up the misunderstanding, and gets the show back. But also, I invite you guys to weigh in on this. Am I offbeat on this? And thinking that this is ridiculous, that this man got canceled for simply saying a boundary he has by not having platonic female friends? I think that's crazy. But I ask you to weigh in. Let me know what your thoughts are. Share the video, comment, and let's connect and keep the conversation going. Until we speak again, yours truly, Mr. B, signing out.